Welcome to the Blue Collar Barbarians podcast, brought to you by the Blue Collar Barbarians Network, your nerd source for all things savagery. Today, we got a special episode. We are jumping on with some of our grassroots partners, Truewerk, which is an excellent company for you guys that are looking for very technical, very thought out gear for you working in the field. And what we wanted to do today was jump on really quickly with these guys, the people that are making it, the guys that can speak about it from a articulated platform, and give you guys a quick Christmas rundown of what we would suggest that you put under the Truewerk tree for Christmas this year. And we're going to run down with a top 5 list. But for those that may not be familiar with Truewerk, I want to introduce you to Bryan and Aaron from Truewerk, my new friends here. Bryan and Aaron, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you having us, and we're really excited to be a part of this. And yeah, I'll let Aaron take the floor first and kind of introduce who and what Truewerk is, and then we get into it.
Perfect.
Nice. Yeah. Thanks, Jonathan. We're really stoked to have an opportunity to be on the podcast with you today and talk a little bit about Truewerk. And just like a really quick, I think one thing that really sums Truewerk and what we do, when our company was founded, our CEO was working in the mountains of Colorado, and he continually found himself having to wear like technical ski gear. Like some of the gear he was wearing was not applicable for him to complete the work he wanted in winter conditions. So what he set out to do was make performance workwear that was more this hybrid between like the old kind of classical construction clothes and full technical like outdoor apparel. And I think that's the really cool thing about Truewerk, and that's where we've landed. Like we're technical performance workwear. The idea is you're not in cotton, you're in gear that can help you perform in hot or cold conditions, climbing in a harness, doing trades work. Like our gear is really born and bred, purpose built for people doing trades work.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, everything that we've had, our team has some stuff. We got some pants. I believe they're the T2 pants, or is it the B2? T2.
Mm-hmm. T2 would be one of our pants for sure.
Yeah, we got the T2 pants. I got the flannel, and I got to tell you, dude, I love the flexibility of this. This thing is incredible. It's been fun to wear. It's comfortable. My wife thinks it looks great. So yeah, you guys remind me. It's similar to like hunting apparel almost on the higher echelon stuff, but for tradesmen, would that be a fair assumption?
Yeah, I'd say it's a fair point there, as well as like that military background as well, and bringing those kind of pieces of outwear to Truewerk, and being at the end of the day is, hey, having we hear performance based products when we go think about, like you said, hunting, military, working out, things like that, and putting that to our tradespeople that are dealing with elements of all kinds, from hot suns to rainy days to cold nights and days and mornings. And so yeah, it's a pretty good, it's a great comparison, and it's right on point there.
Yeah, and like even right now, you can see Bryan and I are both wearing we both have Whoopee vests on, and it's called a Whoopee, and again, like it's named a Whoopee after the Army, kind of services Whoopee blanket, which is a core piece that people would get to put inside a sleeping bag, or you can have it when you're outside. But this piece is literally designed after that sort of that whole ethos of a military Whoopee that people would wear. Compact, you can pack it, but keeps you warm. So our gear really has that kind of that foundation to it.
Yeah, that's incredible. And thank you for sharing that. I would have never caught that Whoopee piece. I'm a Marine Corps veteran myself, and the Whoopee, I don't know how I didn't connect the dots on that. That is like one of the core pieces of gear for the field. You just stuff it in your pack as fast as you can. Yeah. So that's really cool. I'll have to check that vest out sometime for sure.
Oh, the Whoopee could be under people's Christmas tree for sure. It could easily make our list later on today.
Awesome. So moving forward, so now we kind of got a background. What can we expect to see from Truewerk coming? This is 2024 is coming up. We're modernizing. I know you can't give away all your secrets, but just what are we doing? What are we working towards here?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd say. Go ahead, Aaron. Sorry.
Go B. Take it away, brother.
Yeah, 2024 is going on. I think that would be year number 9 for Truewerk, and things are moving and grooving over here. There's a lot of growth within the company. A lot of players involved in everything from for sales, like myself and Aaron, to product to marketing. Some cool new products. There's can't let all the cats out of the bag yet, but there's some redesigns of some cooler pants. There's some different tops coming out. There's colorways, things of that nature, and things that we listen. That's one thing that's awesome about Truewerk. We listen to our community. We hear what people are asking for. We hear what they need, and definitely bringing those pieces to next year and throughout the next few years. So keep your eyes out. There's some cool products that are coming. I've seen a few things come across the desk, and don't want to let everything out and give all the secrets out to let everybody know yet. But definitely making sure you're following us, checking out Truewerk.com, and keeping up to date on all that. So be excited. Some other fun things coming up. We're going to be at definitely some trade shows in the next year. One of them up in February will be the International Builders Show in Las Vegas. So we'll definitely be hosting up a booth there and collabing with plenty of ambassadors that we have within the home construction area. And then, we've got a few other shows from there, we have a tower climbing show for the telecommunications community. And then we'll definitely be tagging some other shows throughout the year as well. So definitely keep an eye out for those too. Come see us, come talk to us, just shoot the crap and have a good time, and, give us feedback. We, like I said a few minutes ago, we have a Slack channel internally that we get product reviews that goes right to our product team. They listen, they hear, and we make changes. It does happen. It's not like, not to say we're not by any means a faceless company. We are listening to everybody. And so keep sending those our way, and we'll keep innovating and creating new things.
Yeah, I think to add to that just a little bit, Jonathan, we come from we're in Colorado, so we're, kind of that whole Intermountain vibe. So I would say that, just you're going to see stuff that kind of has a little more kind of Colorado kick to it. And we're also really looking at kind of people that do a lot of wrenching, oil and grease. A lot of those folks like to wear boots. And so some of the cuts that you're going to see on our pants, some of the designs, maybe some different kind of snaps and maybe a little more Western type vibes. So I think that's the kind of thing that people should look forward to. I think it's going to be really cool. What people are going to really like what they're seeing coming down the pipe.
That's awesome, man. And thank you for that. That gives us a little bit of a snapshot of that. And I'm excited to see it for sure. Like I said, guys, your guys' gear, it's incredible. The company, one thing I want to stress to our audience too, for those that aren't watching, if you are sitting in and watching this on YouTube, you're going to see these guys are very modern. You guys are you're not archaic. You're not your traditional, just you look good. You look like you're just two dudes that get out and enjoy the outdoors and work, and and anybody that's seen me knows I'm a monster, right? I'm a giant guy, and I'm comfortably wearing an extra large flannel. So very, 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 very impressive gear, guys, and I'm really excited to see what's to come. I thank you so much for sharing that and giving us a little bit of a sneak peek on what we can expect.
Yeah.
Thank you. So listen, guys, because I want to respect your time more than anything. Let's give these guys a Christmas rundown. What do you think? Can we do that?
Yeah. So I think if I had to guess, me and Aaron probably will have some of the same products, but I'll run down first. For sure, some of the ones I'm rocking now will be best. There's 3 Whoopee, I guess underneath the Whoopee umbrella. We got the Whoopee vest, Whoopee hoodie, and then Whoopee jacket. We'll just say we'll put that all in one. But I'd say probably number one product for me in regards to a top wise, like you said, like you mentioned, super packable, super comfortable, warm. This time of year across everywhere, it's going to be a great piece to layer up underneath or over. And then from there, our tech flannels are awesome. There's I think 5 different colors now. We got the gold. Aaron's got a black one on. Like I said, me and John are wearing the gold here. There's a blue one. There's a red one. And then there's a gray one, I think, now too. So a lot of colorways in that. Of course, we got to go to the bottoms. T1, T2s. That's Truewerk's bread and butter. Those are what our pants are. What pretty much made Truewerk today. With our T1 being that summer pants, look wicking treatment on there, lightweight for people in the heat all day. To T2s being the three season pants, having that DWR coating on there as well as prime this time of year, especially when there's some snow, there's maybe some rain, depending where you are. What else I got? Hoodie wise, the M2 line between our full zips and pullovers are awesome hoodies. Plenty of warmth in there. A performance polyester based hoodie, not the cotton that's just going to suck all the sweat up. Doesn't feel good. It's going to freeze on you. And some of those ones are out there. Our hoodie is awesome. It's got this little grid fleece throughout, or grid design throughout, kind of regulating heat, regulating and kind of coolness, and keeping you warm and keeping the cool off a bit. Was that 4, I think, there? And then, I'd say last piece, I'd have to go just because of the time of the year. It's probably have to be our bibs, I'd say, T3, T4, okay. Or, that's probably competing right there with the S3 Solution hoodie with, your number 5. People are out there in the brutal winters. I mean, I'm originally a Chicagoland guy, and so grew up in some brutal winters, and my brothers rock our T3s and T4s and keep them plenty warm out there when they're banging, clanging out there. But then S3 Solution hoodies, and also another piece for a shell piece for jackets, looking for something, that top piece.
Nice. So listing it from 1 to 5. 1 is the Whoopee line for you. Pretty much anything Whoopee, slide under that tree for your loved one. Yeah. Or if you have a gift card, that's what you're looking for first. Yeah. Assuming you guys don't blow out inventory between now and Christmas, right? And then we're going to the tech flannel, you said?
Yep.
I would agree with you on that. And then M2, I believe.
M2 line, for sure.
And then you said, yeah. And then you said T2 or T1, depending on
T2, T2. You could just call it the entire T line pant. It depends where you are. So if you're down in sunny Florida, probably T1s, but you're the rest of us in the Midwest or the West area, T2, T3s this time of year is probably it's your go-to.
And I will vouch for those T2 pants. My entire team's running those, and they're flexible. They're very well thought out. The pocket system, the way you guys did the pockets on those are incredible. I know it's silly. I'm not a carpenter, but there's something about just knowing I have like a pencil pocket on the side. Like, it's just nice for when I'm in the garage doing shit, like not to have to dig around. It's the little details is what I'm sensing is what I really appreciate about your gear. And then you went to the bibs, kind of tied with the S3 or S2. Which
it's hard to give top 5. I mean, I can go 10 technically. Everything's awesome, but yeah. Probably let's go leaning on the S3 Solution hoodie. We talked about some pants, S3 Solution hoodie, and if you don't like the hood aspect of stuff, we have the same thing in the jacket too. So,
yeah, for sure. Well, that's awesome, man. And then the other thing I'd like to note for our audience is that the colorways, like you mentioned, kind of with the flannel when you were talking about that there's 3 or 4 different color options now. But the pants also have color options. I'm assuming the bibs, I haven't looked at your bibs. I have to full disclosure, but your pants I've looked over. I love the look of the duck color ones. I mean, that brown it's crisp, man.
Yeah. I'll add just a little bit. Did you want me to give my top 5 or do you want me to
please. Absolutely.
I think one of the best things about our gear, like this morning when your wives were talking on the phone, they wanted y'all to look good on this call. So they said, hey, why don't you make sure you wear those tech flannels? And, you want to look sharp out there. I think that's one of the best things about our gear. It's super modern. And like, you could go out to dinner tonight and wear that, right? You climb down off the crane. Hey, honey, let's go meet. Like to have some dinner. You're off to the races and you look really sharp. And I think if people are really interested in buying, our website has really good kind of temperature recommendations. So depending on like if you're in Florida or if you're in like North Dakota, you can see how the temperatures are going to be like really disparate depending on where you're working. One of the best things about our gear is like we can really fit you wherever you are. So I would definitely say get your person some pants. Like if you're in a warmer climate, look at the T1. If you're just kind of in normal winter, T2. If it's really cold, look at the T3 is great because the T3 is the warmest. It's flannel line. It has our fleece lining and really sharp. We introduced a new colorway in that this year, brown. We have really sold out of them, which is kind of a bummer, but we're looking to get more in there. So pants are an awesome way to start. If anybody needs a base layer, we have short sleeve, long sleeve, and our B1s. Those are an epic piece. You can wear that in summer. You can wear that as a base layer under your tech flannel like Bryan has on, and it's really nice. And then I would say like our sweatshirts are a great layer over that. So we have M1 and M2 that are like, the M1 is a little bit lighter. We just introduced the M1 this year, and it's really designed for people that are wearing a harness, that you can throw your harness over it. It has like really no pocketings. It's called the harness hoodie. So that if you have a harness over it, you don't have a bunch of bulk that's like getting in the way and squeezing you. So those are really cool pieces. Any of our sweatshirts are awesome. We have zip up and pullover. And then the next piece is just if somebody needs a shell, again, you can go into that S3. We have a hoodie or no hood. And then we have a tower parka that's like super ultra, really nice winter. People that are doing tower climbing are wearing that thing. It has a D-ring in the back. You can get it in Viz or in black. And the one nice thing about it, just if it's cold and you wear it out, you're just going to look super sharp. You know, you can throw that thing on. I wear mine with like, I throw on some Jordan 1s, or you can throw on your Red Wings and you're running.
I like it. So what would, give me that in an order though. Which one? So you got, let me set the stage. The wife knows she liked that tech flannel a lot. So she went ahead and went in your browser history. She went to Truewerk.com and did what you all should do and got a gift card, right? You open up this little box. You think you're going to get a wallet or a bottle of booze or something. Nope. She surprises this year, hits you with a Truewerk gift card. You got $500 to spend. Give me 5 things top of your head for that.
Get yourself a pair of our pants first. T1, 2, or 3. Rock the pants. Again, you got all the colors you can choose from. Next thing I would do is get yourself a base layer. That's going to be B1, sun tee, long sleeve, short sleeve, or the hoodie is epic. The next thing I'm doing is getting a flannel. So rocking your flannel. And then on the top, I'm going to recommend that with all of that, if you got into any of that into the S3, you can do the jacket or you can do the hoodie, and they're top notch.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. So you heard it, guys. This is from the horse's mouth themselves. These guys, literally, what they do for Truewerk is they travel around and help explain what this gear is. They're very familiar with it. They can tell you what they like, what they don't like, what colorway looks the best, what your wife's going to compliment the most. Like we keep bringing up these flannels. I'm not going to let this thing die, guys. I promise you, I will be your biggest salesperson. It is my favorite piece of gear. But I have the blue one also, full transparency, and I was torn on which to wear. Like I was so torn. But I really appreciate that. I really wanted to give these guys just an opportunity, a quick overrun of who you are, what you do, and what you would suggest looking at checking out as a starting point, right? As you get familiar with your gear, I know I'll be looking at your guys' shorts this spring after trying the pants. I'm definitely interested in getting into the shorts now because it really reminds me, like you said, of that technical aspect. Very well thought out, very, very, just very built for. I'm a hunter. I spend a lot of time on the mountain, but I also train a lot, right? So like, I just think a gear that it's very purpose built. That's the word I was looking for. And so I really appreciate that about you. Listen, guys, just to respect your time limit here, because I don't want you.
Actually, Jonathan, I just want to throw in one more little plug. Don't forget about looking at all those little accessories and gear stuff too. We got a couple cool things. Got some sweet new hats coming. Well, I won't give out the secret on Aaron's hat over there. That's a little internal thing, but definitely check out our cool quivers. That thing slides right into our left pocket. We got some new cool pants. We got a pair of our Johnnies, our kind of a B2 fabric. It's going to go right underneath those T2s, keep you a little extra warm. Like I said, we listen to the people. If you are aware of our Junkies line of our underwear, for a long time, they didn't have a fly. They have a fly now. So we got those. So make sure you guys are checking those out too as well.
For sure. And what do you got give me a stocking stuffer? I know you guys got socks and stuff like that, but what would you think?
I'd say the Johnny or the Junkies, the underwear, I see myself always wearing those more than I have the nice pairs of Lululemon underwear, full transparency. Spent a nice chunk of change on them. I don't even wear them. I wear our Truewerk underwear. I think they're so much more comfortable and a lot more, for me, a lot better. On top of that, throw some hats in there. Everyone can't go wrong with hats. We'll have some other little accessories here and there. I know we'll get some, hopefully some gloves, some hats. The tool quivers are awesome. Sliding right in for those guys that just want a small little tool pouch right in their pants. purposely built for our pants. So definitely stock those in your stockings. Sorry.
That's awesome. Aaron, did you have anything to add?
No, I agree. I think the tool quiver is really cool. It's purpose built to fit in that pocket of the T pants. So, and it has a bunch of like just, you can put screwdrivers and wrenches and all kinds of stuff in it. It fits in that pocket in the side of the pants. Super cool. And then, there's also a container for it that you can put the quiver into. So those are really nice. The hats are really good. If you see me at a show, I'm just gonna do a pub. I've done a few of these hats that I've made that I like to give to people. And basically we do this thing it's called earned wear. So if you see me at a show and you want one of these hats, just come ask me. And all I ask is that you tell us a story about how you've contributed to tradespeople, how you've contributed to the industry, somebody that's influenced you positively. And we give this to you for free. So I'll have
really cool.
I'll have these stocked up at the trade show in Las Vegas at IBS, and we look forward to having some conversations with people.
Awesome. And then, guys, before we close this show, the final thing. I just got to know, both of you come from a blue-collar background. Both of you are serving blue-collar people and continuing along that in your careers presently today. So this is the show staple, what is a blue-collar barbarian to you? I'll let you go first, Bryan.
Sweet. So, like I said earlier at the beginning of the show, I, kind of gave you a heads up. I kind of dig into a little bit in what's going on and going the question that was going to be asked here. Full transparency for me. Yeah, I have a little bit of background in regards to fabrication and metal fabrication, things like that. But I actually have two brothers and my father as well, all within different trades. And I actually sent them the message last night, wanting to get their input more than myself personally. Just kind of, they're the ones. Again, I'm a sales guy. I have the background, but I'm one of the people that are on the ground every single day and get their input. My youngest brother was the first one to kind of answer back. He's works in substations in regards to your electrical throughout back in the Chicagoland area. And then my brother is also a full-time plumber and working through. And yeah, my background a bit, small thing is, I grew up around it all around from my dad to my brothers to my uncles, seeing them grow businesses, being, every day grinding out. And so what I just wanted to do was my brother texted me, if you don't mind, a little bit of summarized bits. And, kind of what he said to me was, again, this is a little bit of a text here, so bear with me. I might move a little words, but he's like, I'd say it kind of revolves around the original American dream, working to make a living and providing for your family and your loved ones. Making the sacrifices of going off to work and staying for overtime, missing out on the time with kids, family, and loved ones. On top of that, and sporting events and holidays and things like that. Full transparency. I know I go home here in a couple of weeks. My uncle, he owns an HVAC company. He's always on call on Christmas every single year because he wants to put in the time, give his guys the time they need with his family. It just comes back from like putting in your effort and craftsmanship into each and every job and task that you perform day in and day out. As he also said, he's like, as a blue collar worker, maybe the mindset of work ethic and determination really deals with the bump and bruises and heartaches as you have to miss these events. This time of year, it's these people are out there grinding every day. There's long hours, want to provide back to the families. And so I see it, I have no intentions of probably seeing my brothers as much as I'd love when I go home because I know they're out there grinding, providing for their families. And so, for them, that's kind of what I look at it is. It's the hardworking people that built this great country that we live in and day out, brothers and sisters sitting next to each other. And at the end of the day, giving each other fist bumps and seeing like, we built that from schools to buildings to everything that we deal with on a day-to-day basis that a lot of us take for granted for. And that's kind of what that reminds me of a blue collar barbarian. It's somebody just day in, day out grinding, just determination to provide for themselves, their families, their loved ones. And at the end of the day, providing for what, all of us take for granted at times here.
For sure. No, that's an incredible answer. And please thank your brother and your father and your uncle, it sounds like, as well.
Yeah.
Just thank your family for their hard work from all of us here. Please, really, we do. And tell them we said thank you. They can listen to the show and hear your response live, but please tell them we said thank you. We really appreciate the feedback. Aaron, close us out. What do we got? What's your opinion?
Let's go. All right. So for me, Blue Collar Barbarians, sharing a little bit about my personal arc. So I graduated college with a biology degree, and I just found that for me to do that type of work, I had to bounce all over. I was only in short contracts. It was a lot of work. It really didn't fit what I needed to do at the time. I just met my wife. We were starting kind of our life together, and I chose to go to trade school. So I went to Gompers Trade School in Seattle, Washington, learned how to be a carpenter, spent a couple years at University of Washington getting a construction management degree. Just did that at night. Like I didn't do that as a full like enrolled student. I got like a certificate in construction management. And what that did for me was it really afforded me all kinds of opportunity in all the places that I went. So I think part of this is it opens up a lot of doors for people to do all kinds of work. And I think for people that, you know, are thinking about this concept of blue collar barbarians, it's, you know, I mean, we got this AI thing happening and technology growth, but we all have to get in our car and drive on the road. And we all have to get, you know, you're leaving your house and you're going to work and you're logging on the internet and you're going into a building. Those are all blue collar barbarians that built that house, that cleared the road, that made that neighborhood that you can live in, that built that building. And so I think, you know, there's all those opportunities out there that we need to support the work that everybody's doing. And the blue collar barbarians are the people that are delivering that.
Yeah. No, beautifully said, man. Beautifully said. And I agree. Like it is. That's exactly what it is. It's the heartbeat and soul of this country, to be honest with you. It's the foundation of what we get to enjoy. And we're about to find out the more that the world changes and becomes more technological advance. Excuse me. That's a bit of a tongue twister there, but as things change and the landscapes change, we're about to find out who's really about it and who's been just collecting a check the past decade, right? So
that's right.
Thank you guys so much for sharing with us. This has been a really, really insightful episode, and I'm sorry I held you a couple minutes over, but I really appreciate your guys' time. Aaron, I see that you got a Leadville 100 behind you, the Barbarian part. I'd be very curious to talk to you another time. Maybe a little bit more in depth on some of that stuff as well, if you ever have time for that.
4 of those buckles. Happy to chat about it.
Awesome. Well, guys, we appreciate you guys listening. And as always, please check out Truewerk's website. What is that? Just www.truewerk.com.
You got it.
There it is. Nailed it. First time. Everybody gets lucky every now and then. But I really appreciate your guys' time. Thank you so much. And we'll see you guys in the future. Be sure
Thanks, Jonathan.
to put
Appreciate it.
Truewerk under that tree. See ya.
Thanks, guys.